Hello and welcome to this edition of Sleepy Nicks. I hope you guys are having a great start to the fall season. Um, Probably not so much the people down in Florida right now. It is October the 6th, and you're about to get slammed by Hurricane Matthew. Hope everybody weathers that storm safely and nobody gets hurt, and I hope you all have enough water. Especially my sleepsters down in Florida. You definitely need to make sure you've got enough for hydration, because if you get dehydrated, it's really, really bad. You end up in the hospital. And you can get dehydrated a lot easier because you can only drink so much at a time. Okay, so I'm sorry I haven't done any videos for a while. I just haven't had the time. Working two jobs is kind of hectic. But I am off for a sort of mini vacation. I fought to get these days off from work so I can go to a friend's wedding, and it turns out we couldn't afford to go to the friend's wedding, and this isn't a paid vacation, so I'm kind of screwed in that area. So, man, I was really looking forward to some sort of road trip or something, and I really wanted to go see my friend get married. Friends, two friends, but it's not happening. Fortunately, my husband has paid vacation, so his days are getting paid for, just not mine. So that's going to be a big ouchie in the bills department. Anyway, so I'm on limited funds at the moment and limited foods, which is making the whole eating healthy thing really, really hard. Let's see, what the healthy things that I have are, I have 4 packets of protein shake. I mean packets, they're just like the single serve. And because I like to have variety and flavor. And I have like 2 cups of milk left and 4 apples and some cheese and lunch meat. That is the extent of my healthy foods. Oh, I have some cashews. Yeah. So I'm going to have to use my limited funds that I have left and try to go and get a couple more things. But I mean, I still can't afford any of like the healthier stuff, which is, as far as protein goes. I mean, vegetables aren't that expensive, really. But it's the other stuff as far as protein goes. Yeah. And you can only eat so much chicken. I mean, really. I've made chicken so many different ways lately. Let's see, I did an herb. No, it was marinated chicken, grilled chicken breasts, and I did sweet potatoes at the side. My stove died, so I had to kind of do those in the pot on the stove, and those weren't as healthy after I was done with them. But yeah, at least, I mean, I didn't nuke it. Nuking is going to kill all the nutrients in sweet potatoes, and sweet potatoes are cancer killers. They're tumor shrinkers and cancer cell killers. Let's see. And yeah, I like to like dot my I's and cross my T's as far as cancer cells go. I'd rather not, having PCOS, having the higher risk of cancer. I try to eat a lot of things that are cancer killers, like pineapple and sweet potatoes and tomatoes. A lot of lycopene in tomato. I'm a tomato freak. Drives my husband nuts. Recently made homemade chili, and I used very low fat beef, ground beef, and I think the worst thing about the chili was the sodium content, but otherwise it was mainly, I mean, I had a lot of herbs, and I try to not use so much salt, but, you know, I'm gonna have some in chili. But usually, I'm a big cumin fan, and I put a little bit of sugar in it to taste, but, I mean, it's a huge pot of chili. But yeah, it was very tomato. I put a lot of tomato in it. Yeah. So, I mean, and celery, let's see, kale. I'm not a big kale fan. It's okay. I eat it, you know, I'll eat it, but I'm not a big fan of it. Getting enough zinc and all your vitamins and stuff. I'm a big B12 fan. But like I said, yeah, I try to look for stuff that would fight off cancer cells. And if it was totally legal, I would get like cannabis. Well, if I could afford cannabis oil, I mean, you can get cannabis oil online, but it's like, oh, $100 and some for a little bottle of it. But this stuff's really, really good. I mean, and I would use that stuff like crazy. And you can also get hemp oil. Hemp oil is something that I plan on getting. You can cook with it, add it to your foods, add it to salad dressing, and that is a tumor shrinker. So I like to, you know, even though I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say, you know, because I don't have X-ray vision. I'm 99.9% sure I don't have cancer or any kind of tumors or anything, but because I have PCOS, I have a higher risk of it. So I like to make sure that's not going to happen. And also, you know, just for health reasons, just to stay healthy. We are, you guys don't know this, I don't know if I said this in my last video. We're trying to conceive. We're trying to have a baby. I've been taking prenatals. I think my next bottle is going to have DHA in it, just to make sure that's on there, you know, in case we do have a baby or I do get pregnant. We're trying, and I remember saying to you guys before that, you know, 2 weeks after my weight loss surgery, I ovulated for the first time in my life. But I'm worried that since I am holding at my current weight, I mean, it's not going any further down, and it's not really going up that much. I mean, it goes up and then goes back down. It's at a yo-yo of about 5 pounds, but that's what I was like before. I was at like, you know, I would get finally down to 245 before surgery, and it would go between 245 and 250, and it would just kind of yo-yo back and forth. And that's mainly water weight. I know my weight went up because I just had my AF, ant flow. And if you don't know that, I'll just say that for people that don't know that have just subscribed, and you don't know the lingo as far as PCOS sites go, or forums and things like that, and weight loss, AF is ant flow, TTC is trying to conceive, sleeve, you know, a sleeve is just, DH is, I think it's dear husband or something like that. But there, you know, BD is baby dance, and of course, you know, there. If you want, you could probably just Google it, or just ask somebody. There's probably, I know there's so many people that actually have a sheet of it, that they just post a picture of it, and it shows all the different abbreviations for things that you'll see on forums, and it gets really confusing. I had to look up things. I looked at so many different forums over the last, I don't know how many years, looking at PCOS and the VSG and things like that. So, yeah. Anyway, we are trying to conceive, and I'm not sure if I'm ovulating. I mean, I know I am dehydrated. I have trouble getting enough fluids in, and I'm addicted to coffee, so it makes it double worse. I'm like peeing all the time. Sorry if it's TMI, too much information, but that's what my my page is. If you've watched my other videos, I will divulge some stuff that you're just kind of like, I didn't want to know that, but it's pertinent information. So uh, yeah, I pee like crazy, and that's gonna happen. That's from the sleeve. Your caffeine and other things affect you a lot more than they used to, and they'll make you pee like crazy. I like, every 15-20 minutes you're having to go to the bathroom. That's why they tell you limit yourself to 2 cups of coffee. My problem is my cup of coffee is, oh yes, it is almost the size of my head. Yeah, but I had 1 cup, which was basically 2 cups, and I'm like down to this far. So I drank like that much of it, and I'm probably not going to have any more because, yeah, just telling you about this is reminding me, Jenny, you're drinking too much coffee. And I've been trying to, use the regular coffee cups, and this morning I was just like, have a coffee. So, yeah, that's where that went. And I'm ultra hyper. But I think it's mainly because I have to go to the doctor's office today for workers' comp again, and I'm just kind of not wanting to go because you have to go in, and it's like a 2-hour wait to see the nurse practitioner. I'm not even seeing the doctor. I'm seeing the nurse practitioner for a workers' comp thing. And it's just, I have to see them like every week, and I missed last week, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. And I tried asking my handler, my workers' comp handler, if I can miss like a week or something. I have to go every week because I have to go to a neurosurgeon anyway on the 17th. So why the heck am I going every week to this one nurse practitioner? I don't know. It's supposed to be to like make sure that I only have a limited amount of things that I can do at work, and they have to sign off on it. I'm like, well, it's just following the same thing, and they know. Stupid corporate stuff. Anyway, getting back to that, I probably need to get ovulation tests, and yeah. It's a huge problem to be dehydrated for many different reasons. Doing the baby dance is one, and you girls will probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's as far as I'll go. Dehydration is bad for baby dance. And I probably need some kind of stuff for that, so we're gonna, yeah. But it makes it hard to tell if I'm ovulating. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, I think I need some ovulation tests, and I use Ovia. I'm not promoting a product, but it is one of the pregnancy, or not pregnancy, but one of the fertility trackers you can get for your phone as an app. OVIA, Ovia, and for me, it seemed like I've been a bit irregular, but I'm not. It's like 2 days late. So my cycle is not a 28-day, it's a 30-day cycle. So I'm guessing, because I've never really had a regular cycle before, except when I'm on birth control. And that, it's telling you when to, the pills are giving you the hormones to tell your body it's time to have your period. it's time to have Aunt Flo. You kind of, you know, get your body, and it's time to stop. Basically, it's really telling your body, it's time to stop having your period. And then you get to the end of that, and it goes, okay, time to have your period, because you don't have those hormones getting, you're not popping those anymore. So I'm hoping, because last month was my first month off birth control, so I'm hoping this month it'd be better. But the problem is, without birth control, I have, well, even with the birth control, but I have like serious cramping from my PCOS, like really bad cramping, like pull off the side of the road cramping, and like crazy AF flooding. Like, I'm sorry, TMI, but you know, like I said earlier, this is a page for PCOS and sleeve, and it combines both those and the issues that have to do with that. And as far as the PCOS goes, yes, I have flooding issues that I've had to call out of work for. And it was made worse because my back injury made the swelling around my spine worse. So I ended up having to call out of work, and I've done that 2 cycles in a row, and I feel really bad about it. But it's like, what am I going to do? I can't even, you know, I had to go home early from one job last month, or the month before, or whatever, and because I was out doing delivery. I do parts delivery, and I had to pull off the side of the road. I couldn't drive. It hurt so bad. And then I get into, you know, get out of a pickup truck, and, you know, that feeling of, oh no, I hope I brought extra clothes. Oh no, you know, and it was like, so you know, I just said, you know, I need to leave an hour early because I'm gonna have a mess if I don't, and this is really bad. So if, you know, then I'm just like hoping there's another driver and there's enough coverage, and it's a slow day, and it just happened to be a slow day, and they were like, you know, that's fine. They're usually pretty good about that if there's enough coverage. But as far as my second job, I don't think that was a big deal either, because right now, because of my injury, I'm not allowed to actually run a register. They've made me a cashier. I used to be freight. They made me a cashier now. And because it's workers' comp, it's in the paperwork that they can't lower my hours or my pay because of my injury. So they had to give me another position with the same hours. But it's basically, I'm sitting at self-checkout, you know, helping people get through self-checkout, and I'm not allowed to pick anything up. And it's not so bad, but still, if you're up there bent over in pain and worried that you're going to make a mess because the bathroom is in the back of a very big store, very back of the store, you're not going to make it if there's an emergency flooding issue. And wearing black pants ain't going to help. So it was one of those, you know, what do you do? And I was like, you know, I'm just going to call out. And I think that day they were just going to be working me like 3 hours anyway, 2 or 3 hours. So, but yes, anyway, that's what's going on. This clip has turned into a 20-minute clip video, and I need to let y'all go and not bore you to death. Thank you so much for watching. I'm still at my current weight of 185, between 185 and 190. I'm going back and forth that yo-yo of 5 pounds there. I could not get down to the 170 mark, which was my goal. 170, even if I get 179, I was hoping for that, but I didn't get there. I'm still trying for it, but having my back injury is making it very hard for me to work out, and walking too much hurts. So yeah, not very good when you're limping around trying to, you know, just aggravate it. I'm going to a neurosurgeon on the 17th. I have bulging discs in my spine, like 3 or 4 bulging discs that are pinching on my nerves in my spine and creating sciatic pain and other type of nerve pain down my back and down my legs. So that's what's going on, and I will update you on that and what's going on. And I'm hoping that I don't need surgery and I just need intense physical therapy to fix what's wrong with me. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and please share my videos with other people who you think are thinking about getting the sleeve done or are in the beginning of their journey. Even people that are they just have PCOS. Just go ahead and share. And if you have guys that want to watch, just pre-warn them about the TMI issues, that there's going to be some girl talk, that they might go, "Eh." And men, if you are watching this and you kind of get queasy over it, or you're just kind of like, ew, you're men, okay? And just know that it's just blood. That's all periods is. It's the same as if you cut your finger. It's blood. It's just blood. Just comes from a different place. And there's plenty of gross things that y'all do. So if you get grossed out by that, I apologize if you have phobias of blood or something that's totally different. It's a mental health issue as far as that goes. But if you're just grossed out by it, you've got to get over it, because what are you going to do? I mean, when your wife has a baby, or if your wife has a baby comes out covered in all sorts of stuff. And when your wife's giving birth, most likely you're not only going to see that, you're going to see her poop on the table and everything else. So you've got to get over the whole gross issue, and because it's all just natural body functions, it's going to happen. And that's what life is. Life is messy. Okay, again, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend, and stay safe if you're down in Florida and along the coast in the Carolinas and all that. Please be safe and drive safe, and I hope you have all the supplies you need. Everybody else, please have a great weekend and enjoy, and please stay safe if you're in the area of the plains with all the tornadoes and all that. Okay. All right. Love you guys, and I'll see you